Hello troopers and welcome back to G.A.R. Productions. Today, kind of following up with last week's video, we're going to be looking at the top 5 army building sets that are retiring at the end of the year. This is a little bit of personal opinion here, and some of these aren't necessarily the best for figure army building, but overall having a rounded military force, partly because we haven't got them in a while. That's kind of why they're on the list. So at the number 5 spot, I have the TIE Interceptor versus Fang Fighter. This is mostly coming down to the TIE Interceptor. Unfortunately, there's not really good figure-wise for army building. Again, only one TIE pilot for your Empire and an astromech. I mean, it's nice to have an Imperial astromech, but I don't think you necessarily need an army of them. But the TIE Interceptor not being here for a long time is the biggest driving factor why I do have it on the list of something to be thinking about if you want to build your Imperial Starfighter Corps. So that's why it's at the number 5 spot. And if you want to build your Mandalorian forces, yes, it's the Mandalorian commander, but he's still a figure that you can army build, and it still looks fine. So there is some aspect of that for the Mandalorian forces of getting their starfighter and a figure. And then if you obviously might end up with more Din Djarin, so you could sell him off and get at least a few dollars back for him. At the number 4 spot, kind of almost flip-flopping from last week, I have both of these slots. I have the TIE Bomber. Again, biggest reason here is for your Imperial Starfighter forces because it's been over 20 years since we got the TIE Bomber. I hope it's not that long again, but if it is, definitely get your TIE Bombers now for your Imperial Navy forces. It has been a long time, and if it's that long again, this thing is going to be crazy expensive. Doesn't matter that it's an amazing set, just being another 20 years, if that ends up happening, the set will skyrocket. Not right away, potentially, but if it takes another even 10 years and we still don't have another TIE Bomber, this set's going to end up becoming very expensive. You do, again, still have good figures. We have, again, the Imperial Gonk Droid, really cool. Not really something you're looking to army build. Unfortunately, Darth Vader and Rey Salone, not people you're looking to army to build. You can take Rey Salone's head off and have a couple different Imperial officers if you really want to do that. But again, not something you want to massively army build, but it's more so in this case for the actual Starfighter more than the figure selection. Going into more sets based off figure selections, I do have the Coruscant Guard Gunship. This is a really good set overall. It has some problems. I do have a review up if you want to check it out. I also have one out on the TIE Bomber, I believe. That was one of my first videos, actually, if you guys want to check it out. But that's beside the point. Really good set in its conception and its execution. Not the perfect set, but still a decent army builder. Obviously, a really cool gunship if you have a regular gunship. Or they probably, I think, soon will be coming out with a regular gunship. So it'd be nice to have just 1 or 2 of these in your collection as a one-off for your gunship forces, for your gunship fleet. Again, shock troopers, really good figures. In my opinion, the best helmet hold clone trooper that LEGO has made so far. And Padme and Chancellor Palpatine are really good figures. Fox is okay. Not necessarily, obviously, you're not going to want to army build those figures, but you can always sell those off and probably get $20 to $30, $40, especially as the set retires for those minifigures. And again, the shock troopers are pretty nice. Yes, in a cheaper set, but the vehicle plus the shock troopers makes it somewhat decent for army building, especially if you can get on a good sale. The last 2 are really your cream of the crop army building that you might want to think about before the end of the year if you're wanting to go this route. We have in the number 2 spot, mostly because the overall, I think, quality of the clone troopers from these 2 sets kind of gives it away what these 2 are better in the first set. At the number 2 spot, I do have the 332nd Clones Battle Pack. Very nice to get these. Was it perhaps a little overdue? Yes. Did we really need this battle pack? Could have been filled by another Clone Legion that might have been more desirable at this time. Yes, but still happy we got it. Very nice to get some 332nd troopers with jetpacks. That's really cool. Didn't expect getting that, so that's very nice. Nice to have Captain Vaughn. Again, not really a figure you want to army build and maybe not execute in the best way, but still a decent figure selection. A pretty good swamp speeder. Not my favorite, but I'm a huge fan of the large-scale swamp speeders, so I'll give it a pass. It is a pretty good, and I would say even color-wise, more so structure-wise, it is definitely an upgrade over the previous swamp speeder. I do like the look of the old one a little bit better, but this is definitely, design-wise, a significant upgrade. I will definitely give it that. So definitely a set to be considering. It's been on sale often for $16. Probably figures that aren't going to hugely skyrocket, but they might go up a little bit just to give you a pause for getting it now while it's on sale before it retires. And at the number 1 spot, I think the best battle pack or the best army building set retiring at the end of the year is the 501st Specialist Battle Packs. Definitely helps if you have a lot of the 2020 file first. If you don't, maybe not as desirable, but the heavies are pretty good. The sniper is the specialist is the best figure in the set, and then the officer is pretty good as well. I overall really like this battle pack. I'll still be getting a few of this one myself, and I do believe, in my opinion, it is the best army building set that is retiring at the end of the year, so do be considering that. Again, these sets are all retiring. If you still need to pick up one or want to pick up some more for your various starfighter forces or your clone army, I will have at least one of them linked down below that you guys can do that. Gives a little bit of help back to the channel, which would be huge right now as we continue to grow. Thank you guys so much for the support so far, and I will catch you guys next time.